When I came to know Roy, he told me his grandmother used to chide him for too often letting his heart run away with his head. But that morning, Roy's heart led him exactly where he needed to go. The painting, oil on canvas, was large, 160 by 130 centimeters. At the top of the canvas, a luminous white glow appeared to undulate like a sheet in the wind. As the eye moved downward, the radiant light mutated into pulsing bands of color, yellow-green, indigo, violet, and finally a deep, vibrant red. Brodnitz bought the work, titled Aurora, and had it delivered immediately to his loft in Tribeca. As he watched the late afternoon light play on the painting's bands of color, Roy Brodnitz once again heard the birds sing. That night, he began writing a script for a play that would be called The Happiest Girl, a dark and deeply moving musical about the power of redemptive love. After more than 2 years on Broadway, the show was still playing to packed houses. Grateful for his resurrection, Brodnitz decided to co-curate an exhibition of work by the Canadian artist who had painted Aurora, Desmond Love. The show, held at a mid-sized gallery in Brooklyn, was enthusiastically received. After many years, Desmond Love had finally emerged from the shadow of his daughter, Sally Love, who had been a wildly successful and controversial artist, and also my lifelong friend. Like her father, Sally died young. After her death, I had adopted her 4-year-old daughter, Taylor. When Roy Brodnitz learned that Desmond Love had a then 17-year-old granddaughter, he invited our family to the opening of his exhibition, Aurora, the Art of Desmond Love, and to be his guests for a performance of The Happiest Girl. On the day after Taylor's graduation, we flew to New York City. Taylor slept from the moment we boarded the plane till we landed at JFK. Except for an occasional cat nap, that sleep was the last she had until we boarded the flight back to Regina 4 days later. Roy Brodnitz had been the consummate host. He knew the city, and he knew how to dazzle. We saw art at MoMA and the Chelsea Galleries, art and gardens at the Met Cloisters and the Botanical Gardens in the Bronx. We ate smoked fish and watched the rowboats float by at Loeb Boathouse in Central Park. We savored the tasting menu at Gramercy Tavern and sampled a half-dozen flavors at Van Leeuwen Artisan Ice Cream. We visited the top of the Rock, the Statue of Liberty, and the National September 11 Memorial. And we went to shows, on and off Broadway. By far our favorite was Roy's musical. The Happiest Girl followed the journey of a 14-year-old searching the Canadian Arctic for answers about her grandmother's mysterious disappearance. The production's message, that death is not the end, was balm for our spirits. Aurora, the Art of Desmond Love, was also a gift. Roy had tracked down a modest but impressive collection of Des's work, including 4 other paintings in the Aurora series. The 5 Aurora paintings were hung together in a single gallery room. To stand in that cool, quiet space and absorb the ancient power of the northern lights that the paintings seemed to emit was to know peace. After our trip to New York, 2 things happened. Desmond Love became a significant presence in our family's life, and Roy Brodnitz's world intersected with ours, with results that were both seductive and unsettling. The Happiest Girl was being produced as a movie, and the filming was taking place at the Saskatchewan Film Production Studios in Regina. During Zack's tenure as mayor, he had lobbied aggressively to bring the industry back to our city. Gabe Vickers, a veteran producer, often described as a big gun, had been at the opening of The Happiest Girl 2 years earlier. And from the moment the curtain fell,